Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Dave C's G.I. Joe commentary. Today I'm in a pretty good mood because Shane and I were able to add something to our collection that was missing. And yeah, so on the want ads, up here in Canada they're called Kijiji. Down in the States I think they're called something else. I don't know if it's Craigslist or something like that. But anyway, there was a guy who had a 1983 Sky Striker, and me and Shane, we didn't have one in our collection. We had the 50th anniversary, it's gray, and it's a lot like the 1983 Sky Striker, but it's just not quite the same. The quality isn't the same plastic, like the same quality of plastic, and it's just not a 1983 version. So one of the great things about this one I remember is that it was white. And well, when I saw this one on the want ad, I saw how white it was, and I was impressed by that. And the guy actually dropped it off to our house, and we didn't have to go and get it. And he was nice enough to do that. And he didn't gouge on prices either. He was actually really, really fair, and was kind of excited to give it to a place where not just one person, but a couple people would really enjoy it. So I'm going to clean it up and can take a look at it when it's all done. But usually what I do is I just use some water and a toothbrush, and I just go along and give it a nice little soak with the brush and brush it a bit, and then go over it again with paper towels. And pretty much every vehicle and figure I get now I do that too, which is probably pretty good too with COVID. I mean, you never know, right? But anyway, I'll put it on the floor and we can brush it a bit. It's just really nice to set it down on the ground and just clean it up again. You know, like a little bit of TLC, and just see how white you can actually get it. And this type of thing I always enjoy. It relaxes me. And, you know, kind of like some guys like to maybe restore like old cars or motorcycles and stuff. Something like that. Like you're kind of restoring something back to the condition that it was first intended to be in. And this one here is just such a great looking jet. It really deserves to be put back in its original form. One of the vehicles I got in the last year and needed to really do a heavy cleaning job on was the 1988 Rolling Thunder. And just because of the way that thing is configured, with the big rockets unfolding and jutting upwards, there's a big cavity there where dust can get in there and different things, dust bunnies and what have you. And yeah, so that was a lot of cleaning, but I have it pretty nice now. I had it on one of my most recent videos. But anyway, yeah, this is something that I really like doing, and I don't think I can do it all on camera, of course, because I need more than one hand to do things. Right now I'm kind of using one hand, so it looks a little bit shinier already, but just take my time, and a few hours from now it'll kind of be how we'd like to have it. So here it is here on the deck of the flag, and came out pretty white, which is great, and didn't take that much scrubbing. It's great to have this thing again. Like before, I think I mentioned in some of my other videos, my cousin Jonathan had it back in '83, and I never did. And I would go over to his house, and we'd have battles with it. I'd have my Rattler, and he'd have his Sky Striker. And there's the box art there. Came with Ace, of course. But yeah, sure feels good to have it again down here in the pit. Yeah, and I guess what I was trying to say too is that this is yet again another example of how there's just some really good, genuine people still left out there that you could deal with. I know that there's a lot of scalpers now, and people that kind of are maybe only in the hobby for money, but there's also a lot of good G.I. Joe brothers out there. And the guy that I got this off of, his name was Chris, and yeah, he's just a really good guy, and looks pretty cool next to the 2011 version. But yeah, I'd much rather have the original 1983 real deal of it, and now I do, so it looks nice on the pit. Hi guys. When I filmed this last video, I actually came across a couple Cobra guys that needed new O-rings. So I thought maybe I'd change them out on the video. So here we have a Snow Serpent, who, if you look at them, you can see here when they're wobbly there that they need a new O-ring. So this guy here, he definitely needs a new O-ring, and so does this guy here. He's a Televiper. He's really wobbly down there. So yeah, you can go ahead and take them apart, and I usually just use a screwdriver and find some new O-rings. And here I have a couple O-rings. Just dumped out my parts bucket here, and a lot of O-rings I already replaced. You can see they're pretty killed. Like you can see this one, for example. It's pretty spongy at the bottom and stretched, and that makes them wobbly. But I mean, you know, these things are 35 plus years old, so and they're rubber, so they're going to break down. But really, most of them that you come across aren't loose, so it's pretty cool how they were made. And actually, a lot of fans nowadays have been talking about wishing that Hasbro would come back and make retro new versions of all the figures with the O-rings instead of the newer type of figure. But I don't think Hasbro will do that. They said something about the molds are lost and they're more expensive to produce and what have you, but I don't know anything about that. So, but yeah, anyway, so the first one we're going to work on is this 1985 Snow Serpent, and there's a screw in the back there, and I know everyone already knows how to do this, but I just thought I'd do it because I never did a video on it before. Just like a lot of things were made really well back then. So take this guy apart here. I know everybody has already done this or knows how to do it or has seen it before, but all you do is you unscrew the screw in the back here that holds the torso together. And you drop the screw out. And now we can take this guy apart. So it comes apart like that. So you've got 5 parts for the top, which are the arms, the head, and the chest. And then in the leg, you have this here. And there's a hook in the bottom in his legs. And that's where the O-ring goes on to. So you just slide this out. I'm going to put my glasses on here so I can see what I'm doing. So you slide the old one out. And then put a new one on. I always find this kind of relaxing, kind of fun to do. And then you just kind of thread his midsection up. And then of course the first one you do on camera is never as good as if you're off camera. You can do it in like 10 seconds. Because I just had this come off. But like anything else in life, that's nothing comes easy, I find. So, okay, so we got that far. You can see there, threaded it up. So you grab the back of the torso, you push it down like that, so now we can't move. And then you take the arms, because you're going to want them on there. You put them on. Just kind of put them in place. And you're going to want the head on there, of course. Take the chest. And just pop it together. And then you can see there he's pretty tight. Feels pretty good. Just take the screw. Yeah, Snow Serpent is, well, obviously it's a great figure, but his designs are pretty beefy, meaning that his chest and back plate have a lot of plastic on it. And it's easier to kind of grip. But you can see here the seams are coming in together, which is good. Like the seams here. So that means that you have it good and tight. Gut and tight. That's what a guy I worked with would always say when we were putting pipes together and making sure they don't leak. He'd always say that for a joke. Some German, he's actually Dutch, but he could speak some German too. But anyway, so there's the Snow Serpent. And it looks better already. So I'll do the next one here. This is the Televiper. You can see how wobbly he is. He just spins around like he's doing disco or something. But I don't know, Televiper. I think disco's dead, so well, maybe not. I mean, don't want to say anything's dead. There's fans of everything, right? So So there's a screw, just came out. And then just kind of take them apart. You don't want to damage them too much though, damage the paint, of course. Oops. So there he goes. And you can see here that he's stretched pretty good from all those years of being played with, and all the battles he was in, trying to stop G.I. Joe. Or maybe rather G.I. Joe trying to stop him from whatever diabolical things Cobra Commander had him doing. You take another one, fresh O-ring, pop it on there. Oh yeah, these O-rings are used for plumbing, just in case you know, you don't know, but anyone who's going to watch a G.I. Joe video, I think, is going to know probably what they are, because they would have had to fix Joes at some point or another if they're a fan. And then, so that's a good tester there. You can see it's wrapped around nicely, and so you do the same thing again. You lay him down and put his arms. Pop his arms in there first. Whoops. Some guy on Instagram the other day said that the Televiper's head looks like a basketball. So yeah, that's pretty funny. It's kind of fat. He has a fat head because of that helmet. But he was neat on the cartoon because he had the information, like the lettering, computer lettering would go across his mask on the top. But anyway, so then you grab him and then you just push together. Grab the screw. Kind of shake it a bit. I did the brakes on my car the other day, and believe it or not, I think doing the brakes on my car was easier than doing this. It's kind of tricky to line them up and get them together, but okay, so there's Televiper. Let's see here if we can get him a little bit tighter in the back. Don't want to strip it, of course. Just like you're doing your brakes too. You don't want to strip the slider pin bolts on the back there. But yeah, so there he is. And he's looking good with his basketball head. And beside him, of course, is the Snow Serpent. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. Here's a quick look at fixing up some Joes, or Cobras in this case. This story is about the 1990 Saw Viper, and it may be an interesting story to some who maybe don't know much about this guy. His name is Robert Skelton, and unlike a lot of people's ideas about how the Saw Viper is actually an army builder, in Larry Hama's book, 109, he's actually an individual heavy machine gunner for Cobra called the Saw Viper, aka Robert Skelton. And the Crimson Guard twins actually give him an order to go ahead and get rid of the Joes. And it was actually mistaken by Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander actually didn't want the Saw Viper to do this, but he actually enjoyed doing it. And he first executed Doc, then Thunder, Crankcase, and Heavy Metal. And later on, he was actually connected to the deaths of a few more Joes. Quick Kick, Crazy Legs, and Breaker. So this guy is kind of famous in the lore of Cobra Vipers and Cobra Troopers in general because of this. And he actually brags to Cobra Commander later and gloats that he is responsible for the most deaths of any G.I. Joe specialists on the G.I. Joe Strike Force. And this all occurred in a battle in Tertial Abysmia in issue 109 and then 110. And he actually ends up dying, and the Joes get the revenge on him, I believe in issue 130. And in that issue, well, it's up here actually, we can have a look. In these issues is his story, and there he is there, and he's Cobra's heavy machine gunner, like I said. But anyway, he's actually invited to have a party. Cobra Commander actually throws him a party, and Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow find out where he is, and then they actually get him back and kill him, and you can see that all that's left is his machine gun in one of the scenes. So you get the idea that, you know, the Joes had their way with this guy in the end. But yeah, he's a interesting figure. I always kind of thought he was kind of goofy just because of his coloring. He started to go more towards later G.I. Joe type figures, which were kind of bright and different things. But this guy, because of his backstory in the comic and his position as a heavy machine gunner, is actually pretty cool. And I really like having him down here in the pit. And so really, good prevailed in the end, because this turned into this. Yeah, so anyway, there's a little story about the 1990 Saw Viper. Thanks for watching another episode of Dave C's G.I. Joe commentary from down here in the pit. I just wanted to throw one more thing on the end of this video. Some information came out recently about the new G.I. Joe film, and apparently some of the art for the film, which might go along with some toys later. This is how Snake Eyes will look. That's the art. So my reaction when I first see it is, oh no, not Rise of Cobra again. But hopefully, because maybe Larry Hama had some impact on the film, I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. But maybe they might have some older stories or takes on G.I. Joe and not kind of reboot the Rise of Cobra films from 2009, because they weren't, in my opinion, up to par for G.I. Joe. I was kind of expecting more of a Marvel Iron Man or Avengers type film quality for G.I. Joe, because it deserves it. And I think Larry's stories should be put on film and made real, so everybody could enjoy them. And I think if that happened, then the movie just, it wouldn't fail. It would be a great movie. So but anyway, yeah, there's some of the art, and I guess they're gonna have some toys revealed. I think April 9th they're gonna show a few things with the actor who plays Snake Eyes, Mr. Golding. Yeah, I just thought I'd show that, and thanks again for watching the channel, and I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Okay, bye.